right, 1 Enoch 87. And again I saw how they began to gore each other, and to devour each other, and the earth began to cry aloud. And I raised mine eyes again to heaven, and I saw in the vision, and behold, there came forth from heaven beings who were like white men, and four went forth from that place, and three with them. And those three that had last come forth grasped me by my hand and took me up, away from the generations of the earth, and raised me up to a lofty place, and showed me a tower raised high above the earth, and all the hills were lower. And one said unto me, Remain here till you see everything that befalls those elephants, camels, and asses, and the stars, and the oxen, and all of them. Context explained: the garden. Within the metaphoric vision, Enoch is taken to a tower raised high above the earth. This represent the walled-off kingdom of the kingdom. This represented the walled-off kingdom of the garden that was planted in Eden. Enoch was taken there to witness and record the deeds committed on earth among the men and Nephilim leading up to the flood. Supporting scriptures. And he testified to the watchers who had sinned with the daughters of men, that these had begun to unite themselves, so as to be defiled with the daughters of men. And Enoch testified against them all. And he was taken from among the children of men, and we conducted him into the Garden of Eden in majesty and honor. And behold, there he writes down the condemnation and judgment of the world, and all the wickedness of it, of the children of men. And on account of it, God brought the waters of the flood upon all the land of Eden, for there he was set as a sign that he should testify against all the children of men, that he should recount all the deeds of the generations until the day of condemnation. Jubilees 4:22 through 24. 1 Enoch 88. And I saw one of those four who had come forth first, and he seized at the first star which had fallen from the heaven, and bound it hand and foot, and cast it into the abyss. Now the abyss was narrow and deep, and horrible and dark, and one of them drew a sword, and gave it to those elephants and camels and asses. Then they began to smite each other, and the whole earth quaked because of them. And as I was beholding the vision, lo, one of those four who had come forth stoned them from heaven, and gathered and took all the great stars whose privy members were like those of horses, and bound them all hand and foot, and cast them in an abyss of the earth. Context explained: the priesthoods. Enoch sees the rebellious watchers judged for their actions by the archangels of heaven, which are a priestly class unto themselves. One of the responsibilities of a priest is to carry out judgment according to the instruction of the Creator. Supporting scriptures. So Moses stood at the entrance to the camp and said, Whoever is for the Lord, come at me. And all the Levites gathered around him. He told them, This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Each of you men is to fasten his sword to his side, go back and forth through the camp from gate to gate, and slay his brother, his friend, and his neighbor. The Levites did as Moses commanded, and that day about 3,000 of the people fell dead. Exodus 32:26-28. For if God did not spare the angels when they sinned, but cast them deep into Tartarus, placing them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment. 2 Peter 2:4.